Indy 2's back in action. We finally brought them back because people have been wanting the entire Indy series. And so for the last 2 months, I guess this is the second month, we've been bringing back the Indy series, Indy 3 next month, Indy 4 the month after that, and then leading up to the 5th year of the Indy series, we'll release the Indy 5. It's the only time you can get another pair of the Indy 2s, so check it out below, limited quantities. Get yourself a pair of Indy 2s. Double unboxing today, because Nick's has got a new last that right up my alley. I've been hyped about this for a few weeks, and I begged Nick's to send me down a sample. And a little Feel So Good package, because Feel So Good either reach out to us or we reach out to them, because they make some really cool clothes. I'll show you. Yeah, look at, they make the coolest shirts. Hooter shirt, Doobie Brothers, The Substance. If you haven't seen The Substance, that's worth a watch. Brokeback Mountain, are you kidding me? Feels So Good, Price is Right, Gilmore Girls. It's so good. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these tees because they're funny and I like them. Like, some of these that I'm highlighting, we probably already got. They're probably in this, but like, I just love it. Because like t-shirts are hard to find. Like I'm wearing this Charlie Crockett tee. Speaking of, I wore this in the Wall Street Journal art or video they did with us for, I think it was Doc Martens versus Solar Bear. And Charlie Crockett's team reached out and was like, hey, we saw you wear the Charlie Crockett tee on the Wall Street Journal video. Can we give you some like free tickets, some backstage passes, and a little bit of merch? And I was like, yes, please. I'll do anything for that. Because he came to Salt Lake, the Sandy Amphitheater, a couple of years ago. I went with my friend Shannon and her friends, and it was so much fun. I got this t-shirt. I love Charlie Crockett. I love like Western stuff, you know, so that was another cool like t-shirt drop that will be coming out at some point. I don't know, you'll see. I don't even know what all that they sent me, because they sent me a couple little boxes, and so, but yeah, it Feels So Good, another good t-shirt company. I'm just bragging about, like, it is cool, okay? Let me brag about it. Charlie Crockett at least has some idea that I might exist. That's pretty cool. Even though like Action Bronson occasionally watches the channel, and that freaks me out. I'm just like, Action Bronson, Charlie Crockett, like, oh gosh. What am I unboxing it with? This little mill spine. It's the only one I have here at the shop, actually. It's a little solid brass metronome, made in the USA, a little pocket knife, replaceable blades. So, out of the selection that we chose from Feels So Good, let's see what they sent me. I know one of them better be one of those Gilmore Girls shirts. Okay, they give us a few. Yeah, their shirts are cool. You guys will like them. Go check them out. Like, it's so hard to find good tees. That's why I got off the Charlie Crockett thing. I love band tees, but it's like you gotta go to a lot of concerts to get band tees, and not everyone goes to concerts that often. They're pricey, but check this out. Psychosis must be 18 years of age or older. Entertainment purposes only. But look at this. Isn't that so good? Doesn't that feel so good? Psychosis, reading in Revelations. Toasty on the back. Not toaster, but it's a cat. 1-900 Feels So Good. We make up horrors to help you cope with real ones. Not computers, not tape. Not a computer, not a tape. Call 24/7. $3.99 per minute. I like it. I also just love black shirts. And cats, obviously. Let's see what this one is. This reminds me of my Knock Loose shirt. Gilmore Girls. Yeah, got it, baby. Well, look at it. Airing 8 p.m. PG on WG. GG. They had to change it on Thursdays. Isn't that so funny? Gilmore Girls shirt. See? I told you guys would like these. Because my sisters used to watch Gilmore Girls all growing up, and I hated it, to be honest. I hated it. But now I'm like in an adulthood, I think it's funny. I don't remember this one. Let's see what this guy is. Nosferatu. In Nosferatu, I was in theaters. I went with a gal, and I didn't know her that well. But the very end scene, when he finishes, and I think I can say that. It's not that bad. He finishes his job at the very end of the scene. He's like, oh, I didn't realize the sun was out. And then just dies. I'm like, really? I sat 2.5 hours for him to just be like, oh shit, I forgot what time it is. I guess I'll just die. This was so worth it. At least I finished, you know, like. But I loved all of Nosferatu except for the ending, and I like that one scene where she's got the cowl on. It's like a black cowl, and she's in the snow, and it's really high contrast, beautiful, very beautiful film. So go watch it. And then me and Cass and Micah have talked about Cass and Micah are some of our editors, about doing like a film club, you know, and like start watching some movies, doing a little film. Like maybe on Anvil 2, just kind of like a debrief of whatever film we watched. What's this? A Ouija board? Whoa, what is this? Bring to me my heart's desire, the luck I need, the dream I dream, keep from me the harm you see, so I remain safe with good fortune I seek. That's cool. I don't even know what this is. Is it a game? Oh, is this I don't know what this is. Just like a random. Look at this fairy. It's a nice looking fairy. Interesting. It's like kind of like Monopoly, kind of esoteric-y. I'll use that as a snot rag. I like to have little rags for when I'm like hiking. So you just wipe your schnoz off. Okay, last shirt. I want to believe. Free Willy. Okay, this is, if you don't get this, you're probably too young, but this combines some of the best of the 90s. I Want to Believe from X-Files, Free Willy from Free Willy, combining both of them, perfect. Conjecture, Conspiracy, and Popular Culture. Yeah, these shirts are good. So they speak of themselves. Go check them out. I don't even think it's sponsored by them. I think they just were like, do you guys want some sick shirts? And I was like, yes, I'll unbox them. So I'll be wearing those in a couple of next videos. Now to the main event. So if you didn't know, NYX just dropped their zero drop Munson last. And it was funny, it was really funny timing because we've been designing our sneaker last that's based off of the Munson. And there was a point where we kind of crossed paths when we first dropped the Munson down and made it to like almost zero drop. It was very similar to what NYX was working on in their true zero drop Munson last. And we're gonna keep iterating off, and we're gonna be adding some this and some of that, round this off, bring this down, bring this up, and it'll be completely different. But it was just funny timing, and I was like, hey, send that to me. I'll start posting some of these last videos because we're just gonna sit on them for a while. But I was like, oh, it's timely. Like, it gives me a good opportunity to show people like what we're working on, but not in a way it's like, wait, don't buy it from them because we're building the sneaker last. And so the people that want a boot on a zero drop Munson last, that's what this is. And ours won't be fully zero drop. This is true, like flat zero drop, no toe spring whatsoever. And I'm like, I was hoping these came last week so I could hike over the weekend with them. So I'll be hiking in these. So let's see what's what. Let's see what NYX getting into the zero drop, more barefoot world game in a true NYX way, because I like what they're doing because it's a Munson last. It's not super fanned out like a ridiculously wide toe box. So you still have like wiggle room, but your foot is held a little bit more firm, so it's not sliding all over the place. For like if I'm side heeling in a barefoot boot, my front of my toes are sliding around and it gives you blisters. To some degree, you have to have some gripping of your foot. All these barefoot guys, they're like, I hike in sandals, I hike in this, I'm like, well, then you're not hiking. That's not real hiking. Like hiking on a slightly elevated trail, that's not real hiking. It is, but it isn't. And so it's like, this is more for like real rugged hiking, real side heeling, off trail, hunting, stalking animals, stalking prey. Just like where you need a little bit more grip around your foot. And so, let's see what's what. Just in case, you never know. NYX Zero Drop Munson last. Well, it's technically called Thurman, right? They call it the Thurman last based off the Munson. Woo! Look at that. That is a good looking little boot. I like that. See, fully flat. There's like there is no toe spring really at all. There's a little bit actually, but I mean like toe spring compared to like any other boot, you know. Like it's pretty flat. No, it does have a decent amount of toe spring. Both of these do. So it has more toe spring than I thought. Yeah. 360 stitch down construction, double stitched around the toe. So it's like 360, one stitch, 270, the other stitch down stitch. Little padded collar, so these would be like a nice little lightweight in quotations. It's a Nicks boot, so it's like still really beefy, really built up. And I don't really even know how these are built. Like I don't know if they have any arch support or if it's completely flat. I don't know how they build them and how that differs from their other boots. It feels pretty flat, but there might be some arch in there. And it's heavy. You know, you compare this to like the Jim Green Zero Drop boots that we've done with them, like the Troopers and the other stuff, especially the Barefoot Troopers. Like those are pretty light. This is pretty substantial. So you're getting more like, you're not getting a Barefoot boot from Nicks, you're getting a Barefoot boot made by Nicks. And so that's why it's not quite as wide, it's not quite as light, it's not quite as like flex, because that's not that flexible. You know what I mean? Like for a Barefoot boot, this kind of bridges the gap between a regular boot and a true Barefoot boot. And that's why I was like, this is a good idea. Like this is what a lot of people want, who don't want to quite look like they're walking around in duck feet. They don't want all the slip and the slide of having that wide of a last. This is a perfect bridging of that gap. Dang, this would be fun to hike in too. I'm really curious to see how they do. If you guys want to see, maybe I'll do a break-in hike, like piece of content, if you guys want to see that. These are cool. The counter doesn't seem nearly as stiff either. It might not even have a counter. It might just be the layers of leather. No, there might be a little counter in there. No toe stiffener. Right there, Ridgeline. Oh, it's not as expensive as I thought. You know, because most Nicks boots are like 600 up. This one, the Ridgeline is what it's called, Thurman Zero Drop. So the Thurman is what they named their version of the Munson Last. And the Munson Last, I'm sure you've probably heard me gush about it plenty of times, but it was designed after and for World War II because everyone was just running around in dress shoes. And so many people's feet were getting injured and it was taking them out, and like mass casualties in quotations. It's not like they died, but casualties in terms of they weren't able to fight. And so Dr. Munson was like, I can fix that. Feet are shaped like this, boots are shaped like this. What if we made foot-shaped boots? You know, and it's like, sounds very like pretty self-explanatory, but like at the time, people were like, what? Like, why? Like, what are you talking about? And it made a big difference. Cool. Let's see what they say about it. $4.95. Built for the trail, tough as a P&W work boot, the Ridgeline Zero Drop blends zero drop comfort and unmatched durability, giving you natural stability, superior traction, and all-day support on any terrain. Crafted from thick, full-grain leather and heavy-duty stitch-down construction, it's resewable and built to last. A wide toe box allows natural movement, while Vibram outsole ensures a firm grip on any surface. Pretty cool. Let's try them on. Yeah, this last is going to be sweet. Some people might have a little issue getting in these. The instep feels pretty slim. I wonder if I'll tell Nicks about it, but like I've got a really low instep and I'm almost maxing out that tongue. I can get in really easy. But like that's pretty close. Some of you guys with big insteps might not be able to get into that. But these also, I don't know if these are the final pairs. Yeah, like so my foot's gripped, but it's not like squished. I'm not like pulling any bones or any meat anywhere. Foot meat. That's what I should have called this channel. Foot meat. Shoe meat. Shoe guts. I bought the URL shoeguts.com. Just in case. Never know. Yeah, these are okay, so this is interesting because it's definitely like it feels like I have a Pacific Northwest boot around my foot because it's like I've just put my foot in a cast. You know, it's just like, it is like very like stable and rigid on my foot. Like this is me trying to naturally articulate it. This is their thick work leather. And so it's gonna be a beast to break in. These won't be light break-in by any means. It's gonna be like breaking in a Pacific Northwest boot. Because I think part of the goal with this was to not lose the Pacific Northwest values of Nicks and maintain that in a zero drop boot. And I think they freaking did it. Yeah, these are nice. Because it feels just like a Pacific Northwest boot, but without the heel. Almost like that's exactly what it is. Yeah, they have a really unique feel. Let me put this other one on. I think this is a success though. I really like this. I think people are going to be hyped about this boot. The actual waist of the insole is still pretty thin. Like you can see see how like slim it is. So it still grips your arch through here because that's tucked so deep in there. It's interesting. It's an interesting boot because it does combine like the foot gripping of a Pacific Northwest boot, a little bit of a wide toe box of the Thurman Last, and then like the Zero Drop. But super rugged, super rigid. You know, these will loosen up when you wear them. This is a lot looser than like a regular Pacific Northwest boot. When they released these, I was like, I either called or text Shyler, and I was like, send one of those down to me. Let me do an unboxing. Those things are sick. So shout out to Nix for expediting this down to me so I could show you guys. Because that's the fun of these Rose Anvil 2 videos. You know, it's like, I don't have to get too critical. I don't have to have like all the data and all the pressure of like the main channel. We just kind of sit down and talk about cool stuff that's coming out from some cool brands and up and coming projects, get your guys' opinion on stuff. And it's fun. So thank you guys for supporting this channel. It honestly has made me a better recorder. I don't know, you know what you call it. Recorder? Performer? And it allows us to get all these boots and shoes, allows us to pick your guys' brain on what you want to see. Yeah, this is a unique little boot. This feels interesting. I've never felt a boot quite like it. Because it feels just like a Pacific Northwest boot, but combined with like a Barefoot boot. Once again, almost like that's exactly what it is. But it does feel unique. So I'm going to take these on some hikes this weekend. See how they perform. Okay, so if you want a pair of these, they're available now, I think, right? Yeah, $500. And if you want to see them cut in half, let me know. I'm willing to bet Nix would be willing to let me cut these. So if you want to see that, let me know. And thank you guys for supporting this channel. Shout out to Nix again for sending these in, rushing them down so I can show you guys, because they're pretty freaking sick. So thank you guys. See ya.